Here's a really quick tutorial on how to green screen in Premiere Pro. So, making a new project, very important. Make sure that you set a good name for your project. Don't just leave it as untitled. You'll thank yourself later on. Everything else you can leave the same. And on this particular screen, don't worry about setting anything because it'll fix itself later if you chose the wrong one. So here's your default Premiere screen. To find your media, you use the media browser and you'll just be able to see all the different drives you have available. At school, you'll be able to see your H drive. It won't look like such a long list as I have here. So you just need to go and look for where your video is. I have a folder here called Greenscreen. Now I have a picture of the Nara skyline, which I'm going to use as my background. I'm just going to drag it on. Now it only goes for a little bit, so to make it longer I can hover over the edge until I get this red arrow. If I click and then drag, I can make this last. Now it is lasting for 1.5 minutes. You can move that as much as you want. If you need to go the other way, then you just drag it in the other way. I have some very basic green screen footage here, which I'll drag on. Now this is coming up too big, so to fix that a bit, I double click on it so I get access to these handles, and I'm just going to shrink it down and then drag it back on. Now this particular one I recorded half on the green screen, half off, so you can see what the actual effect is. And you can see that I've put this one on top of what I want in the background, which means that I've put it into video 2 and my background is in video 1. So making the green screen activate is really simple. You go to the effects menu and you search for the word ultra, and you'll see this is one called ultra key. If you double click on it, then up the top here, if you go into the effect controls, if it's not already there, this ultra key option will have appeared. So if I undo that, then you can see it's disappeared, and the effect of double clicking was that this appears. I take this eyedropper here, click on it to activate it, and I go and click somewhere on my green screen. Now mine wasn't lit particularly well, so you can still see it, so a dark background like this probably isn't ideal for my green screen, but you can see now that really here's the bit that didn't have a green screen, it's staying as it was, and the bit that did have the green screen has gone basically invisible. I can click around to try and find a better location to sample my green screen, and that'll depend on how yours is recorded. Now, to give you an idea of one that has a slightly better green screen quality to it, I've just got one that I've downloaded from the internet. I'm going to drag on and make it slightly bigger. And again, it needs to be made smaller, so double click on it, drag it so I can find the handles, and then just make it smaller. And again, to make the green screen activate, I'm going to go into my effects. I still happen to have ultra key there. Double click on it. I clicked on the right video. Double click on it. Got my dropper. Click, and her background disappears. And that's how easy it is to do a green screen.